Welcome to the deep dive. We take the source material you send us and, well, we dive deep.
That's the plan.
Today, we're heading into the shadows surrounding this place called Chandrapur, an isolated village.
And the source material is fascinating excerpts from a story called Ivai Kenny Saigena, which translates to Call of the Forest.
Right. And our mission, you could say, is to sort of unpack the mystery that's building up in this story, the weird events, the questions piling up. It's quite something.
It really is. And the story immediately sets this tone of deep unease in Chandrapur. It's not just one incident, you know.
No, it mentions a whole history of people disappearing.
Especially during winter nights. It feels like something old, something embedded in the community's fear.
Yeah, exactly. And we see it through the eyes of Eritrea. He's our main guy, right? A young researcher.
Folklore and mythology, that's his field.
Hmm.
He's drawn there specifically by these tales, these nighttime vanishings.
But he's thinking bigger, isn't he? He's hoping these local stories might link up to something, well, global.
Quite ambitious. It really sets the stakes high from the start.
And the description of the village itself is very vivid.
Oh, definitely. The old mud houses, the roofs covered in leaves.
Temple images, stone idols outside. It feels very traditional, maybe a bit cut off.
And the way the villagers look at him,
Yeah.
suspicious. Like he's intruding on something they're trying to keep hidden. You get the sense those houses hold a lot of secrets,
Then night falls and the atmosphere just cranks up.
doesn't it? The description is great. That light breeze, deserted streets, shadows playing tricks.
And the sounds, birds, distant jackals, it all builds this feeling of real dread.
And Eritrea's asking himself, is this just folklore?
Hmm.
Or is something actually out there? It's the question we're all asking at that point.
It's classic suspense, taking the everyday and making it creepy.
Totally. And then there's the map.
Right, the old map. He knows the forest boundaries. He knows he might have to face whatever the villagers are scared of.
It raises the stakes, like you said.
Yeah.
It's the known versus the unknown, right there on paper.
And that sound he hears right when he arrives, something moving in the dark.
Yeah, perfect little hook. It immediately hints that the folklore might be, well, real.
So the stage is set. Researcher, haunted village, old map, and a serious sense of foreboding. Where does he go from there?
Next morning, he talks to an old villager.
Ah, the wise elder figure.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, aged face, experienced eyes. He looks like he's seen things, and he gives this cryptic warning.
About hidden things and the danger of knowing them.
Exactly. It's heavy foreshadowing. Makes you think about all the unspoken history there.
And the warning comes with the map.
Not just any map. This one's ancient, really worn, faded lines,
Mm-hmm.
but these specific red markings.
Highlighting a particular area.
Yeah, remote part of the forest, way off the beaten path, where people just don't go. That red ink practically screams danger zone.
And the old man spells it out, doesn't he?
He does. Said anyone who goes to that red spot,
Mm-hmm.
they don't come back.
Mhm.
Ever. Classic folklore trope, the forbidden place.
But warnings like that often have the opposite effect, right? Especially in a researcher.
You got it. It just makes Eritrea more determined, even though the old guy is clearly terrified. And Eritrea himself feels this cold tremor, like something unseen is closing in.
He decides he has to go check it out. That says a lot about his drive.
Absolutely. That need to uncover the truth, even if it's dangerous. So he gets ready that evening. The air gets colder. That sense of presence intensifies.
But he doesn't back down. He knows something terrifying might be waiting.
It really shows his commitment. You wonder what pushes someone like that.
So into the forbidden zone he goes. What's it like in there at night?
The atmosphere is really well done. There's this distinct breeze, but also this cold, weird silence.
Among the ancient trees.
Yeah, and the light and
Mhm.
shadow playing games. It feels like a place with old, dark secrets. Separate from the village.
And the silence starts to get to him.
That unnatural quiet, yeah. It's often creepier than noise, and he hears it.
The sound.
Yeah. At first, maybe a bird, an animal, but then it shifts, becomes this clear humming sound.
Humming like,
Music.
more like someone calling his name. Almost personalized,
Hmm,
which is way more disturbing.
definitely. And he stops, looks around. Nobody there.
Nobody. Complete silence just moments before. But the humming feels closer now. Really close.
And then his camera picks something up.
Through the lens, yeah. A shadowy figure, moving fast, like maybe something invisible or ethereal. The screen even blurs.
Whoa, so it's not just sound anymore.
Nope. Visual now, even if it's indistinct. His heart's racing. He realizes something really strange is happening. And the figure seems to be approaching him.
Terrifying.
But then, poof, it vanishes. into the darkness.
Gone, just like that.
Gone. But the camera, it still shows this faint, smoky outline where the figure was.
That's chilling. A trace left behind.
Exactly. Like the forest itself is hostile, wants to swallow him. He's left thinking, okay, this wasn't random. It felt targeted.
The sound, the shadow. And the humming gets stronger as it gets darker. Like he's drawn something out.
So after that encounter, he heads back to the village.
Yeah, and he runs into another piece of local lore, this time from a kid.
Ah, the kid with the ghost story.
Right. Points to this tree, warns Aritra not to go near it. Says a boob hut lives there.
A boo hut? What's that?
Like a female ghost, basically.
Yeah.
The kid's scared stiff, says she gets angry if you get close, leaves nail scratches on the tree, chases people away.
Interesting how the local stories keep cropping up. It's not just the forest, it's in the village, too.
Exactly. It adds layers. Aritra's skeptical at first, naturally. But he decides to check out the tree.
And what does he find? The tree itself is described as old, casting a deep shadow.
And sure enough, on the trunk, nail scratches.
Really? Like the kid said.
Clear as day. Faint, maybe, but deep. It gives him pause. You know, how is that possible? It blurs that line again, natural versus not.
Now it gets weirder.
He notices the scratches seem to increase daily, and they don't look like animal marks. Something else. Maybe fear manifesting. Or something real.
And then he hears it again.
The humming, faintly, coming from under the tree. It connects this spot directly to his forest encounter.
Wow.
Then a dry leaf falls on his foot, and suddenly he gets that feeling again, something approaching.
Just like before.
Yeah. So he's left there, fear growing, scratches increasing, wondering if this Boopot thing is actually real and about to come after him. Are these just stories or something more?
And then the story takes a very personal turn for Aritra.
It does. His assistant, Rahin, also a close friend, just disappears. Vanishes one morning.
Gone from home, gone from work.
Completely. Aritra's obviously worried, starts searching. The danger feels much closer now.
And he finds something on Rahan's phone.
Yeah, a video.
Yeah.
And it is chilling.
What's on it?
It shows Rahin standing in a dark part of the forest, surrounded by this really disturbing black fog.
Okay, that's not good.
And Rahan speaking, clearly terrified. Saying something unnatural's happening, he's seeing things, doesn't feel right.
Oh, man.
But the really freaky part, 2 eyes suddenly appear in the fog.
Eyes. Like an animal.
No, that's the thing. They don't seem to belong to any being.
Yeah.
More like a dark force just looking at him. Everything stops for a second.
And then?
Rahin just screams, a terrified scream, and the video cuts out.
That's a hot.
Aritra's reaction says it all. He slowly puts the phone down. This new kind of fear hits him. Is Rahan captured by some force? Or did he just imagine it? The ambiguity is terrifying.
But he decides he has to find him.
Absolutely. Makes a promise to himself, grabs his gear, heads back towards the forest, aiming for Rahan's last known location, ready to face whatever's out there.
It's not just research anymore.
No way. It's personal. A rescue mission into the heart of this darkness, this fog, those eyes. It's a whole new, much more dangerous path he's on.
And things just keep getting stranger as he searches.
You bet. He goes to this ancient spring in the village.
The spring, okay.
And sees a shadowy figure moving underwater.
Underwater.
Yeah. Then, as he gets closer, it stands up. It's a masked shadow.
A masked shadow, right? And it talks.
It does. Warns him, don't come alone. You have awakened them. That plural again.
So it's not just one thing out there.
Apparently not. Aritra, scared but brave, asks who it is, what it knows.
Does it answer?
Cryptically. Says Aritra's messing with a terrible power, that some things can't be undone, hints at irreversible consequences.
Yeah.
What exactly did he awaken?
Then this creepy laugh.
Yeah. And more ominous words. You will lose. Entering the darkness of the past, it will not be possible to return. Then it just disappears back into the water.
Like the spring is a doorway or something, leaving Aritra totally stunned.
He realizes he's way deeper into this than he ever imagined. So he tries the old library next.
Looking for answers in books. Makes sense for a researcher.
And he finds this hidden door. Looks ancient, neglected, opens it, steps into darkness.
Then inside.
Like a time capsule. 1,000-year-old books, strange papers everywhere. And in the corner, a skeleton.
A skeleton. With a diary. Oh, classic.
Totally. He reads the diary. Turns out it belonged to the village's last Brahmin priest.
And it explains things.
It does. It talks about the village's dark history, an ancient demonic power causing the disappearances. The Brahmin tried to fight it, and lost his life.
A direct warning from the past.
And the last lines are chillingly relevant. Your expedition will end here. They have awakened. They cannot be brought back. It speaks right to Eritra's situation.
He must have been terrified, realizing the danger is even greater than he thought.
Definitely. It's like the past is actively trying to stop him.
Then we hit the full moon, always a significant time in these kinds of stories.
For sure. And Chandrapur gets even weirder. A reddish light in the sky, strange rustling sounds from the forest.
And the villagers have their own beliefs about this night, right?
Oh, yeah. They believe the forest literally turns red, and anyone who goes in, well, they don't come out. Strong local superstition tied to this specific night.
But Eritra, he can't resist, can he?
Curiosity, courage, maybe recklessness. He knows there's a dark power, knows the warnings, but he goes in anyway. That pull of the unknown is just too strong.
And what does he find in the forest this time?
Something completely bizarre, a kind of ghostly festival. Thousands of shadowy figures.
Thousands.
Yeah, wearing strange masks, chanting in a language he doesn't recognize. It's like a massive spectral ritual.
Not just a fleeting glimpse, but a full-on gathering.
And he realizes this isn't just any festival. It's the bloody full moon night, a time when the lines blur, spirits and the living intersect.
The boundary's gone.
Seems like it. And then something heads straight for him. This strange power, red light in its eyes, shadows swirling around it like crazy.
A direct confrontation.
And the feeling is overwhelming. There's no escape this time. No way back for him on this night. It feels like a climax.
But just when you think it's over for Eritra, Rahin comes back.
He does, but it's not Rahan, not really.
What do you mean?
There's no emotion on his face. His eyes are just empty. It's immediately unsettling. Not a happy reunion at all.
And he says something.
Oh, yeah. Stands right in front of Eritra and says, slow and chilling, I am not Rahin. Its abode is now within me.
Whoa. Possession.
Direct, terrifying confirmation. This is likely the result of that encounter in the fog. The Raha Eritra knew is gone.
Replaced by whatever it is.
Exactly. A vessel, a puppet for this dark power. He even repeats it. I have returned, but this time I am not alone. That power, that spirit is within me, emphasizing he's just a shell now.
How does Eritra even process that?
He realizes the horrifying truth. His friend is lost, controlled, and it leads him to that awful question. Is the end of this whole mystery going to be something truly, utterly dreadful? The dread is palpable.
Yet even after all that, Eritra doesn't give up.
Incredible resolve, isn't it? No turning back. He decides he has to face this thing, end it. He lights a fire in the forest.
Fire, purification, stand against the dark.
Seems symbolic, yeah. Preparing himself under the night sky. But then he hears a voice.
From the fire.
A harsh voice, yeah. Saying, you will never get out. You are ours now. And a face starts forming in the flames.
The entity itself.
Looks like it. A direct challenge.
Yeah.
Eritra feels fear, obviously, but also this sense that this is it, the final battle.
All the power, all the fear in the village, focus right there.
Converging on him. But he doesn't stop. He feels he knows how to beat the fear now. And there's this interesting thought. Sometimes the end is just a new beginning. Maybe transformation through facing the fear.
It's a glimmer of hope, maybe? But then the focus shifts entirely.
It does. We meet two new characters, Tanyaya and Rahul.
Starting a whole new thread.
Seems like it. They're also in the forest, cautiously moving, looking for where they saw a strange shadow earlier. Same forest, same creepy vibes.
And they find something.
Rahul spots something on the ground. They look closer. It's this stone, blackish gray, kind of shaped like a human figure.
Another strange object.
The moment they touch it, bam, everything changes. Cold wind, birds go silent, this awful quiet spreads. It clearly has power.
And Tanya feels it right. Says it wants something.
Yeah, that gut reaction. Then symbols appear on the stone. Old language, unreadable, but they feel the fear from it, that primal sense of danger again.
They want to run.
But another shadow figure appears, just like Eritra encountered, and it says, there is no way back now.
So touching the stone trapped them, triggered something.
Seems that way. Point of no return. This new shadow, voice like it's coming from underground, explains a bit more.
What does it say?
You have touched the stone. It is now awake. When its sleep breaks, the forest will no longer be calm. It confirms the stone is key, and they've disturbed something powerful. It is awake.
Not they this time. Interesting.
Good point. Tania and Rahul are obviously terrified, whispering about what it means. Then the atmosphere kicks up again, wind swirls, leaves fly, and this weird flute sound starts.
Not a normal flute.
No, described as the cursed song of the jungle. More supernatural sound cues.
And the shadow gives them a task.
A way to survive, supposedly. If you want to live, then the stone must be purified. They have to go to the center of the forest, a place nobody dares go. Apparently the stone bleeds there on the full moon night.
Bleeds. Okay, that's graphic. And deeply unsettling.
Totally. So their only path is deeper into the forbidden zone. Then the shadow vanishes, leaving them in silence again, facing this terrifying quest.
They must be so scared, but they feel they have no choice.
Exactly. They start moving towards this center, the shadow's words echoing. Rahul figures it means the area behind the old banyan tree, another known bad spot in local lore.
So the different threads are starting to connect geographically, maybe?
Could be, and the forest sounds are all wrong again. Birds silent, but the wind sounds like whispers. Very unnerving.
They feel watched.
Definitely. Then a crow startles them. They hear faint footsteps. Someone or something is stalking them. Tanya notes how different the familiar woods feel now.
And they find another clue.
A strange mark on a tree. Round spot scratches inside like nail marks.
Well, like the boob tarts.
Similar, maybe. Rahul recognizes and says he saw the same mark near the stone they found. Like someone's leaving a trail for them.
Deliberately. But why?
Good question. Just then, they hear a voice from the bushes, like a child's voice.
A child? Saying what?
Warning them not to go further. Says they have awakened and will eat them.
They, again. So maybe multiple entities, but no child is there.
Nope, just wind and leaves. Rahul heard it too, but says it sounded like three voices at once, none human.
Okay, that's incredibly creepy.
They realize they've truly reached the center now, a place where light doesn't fall, where the jungle holds its old anger, deep in the mystery.
And things escalate further near a big old sal tree.
Yeah, the air gets frosty, heavy, hard to breathe. Then Tanya spots something glinting near the roots.
Don't tell me. Another diary.
Bingo. Old, dusty, but readable. First page. My name is Aga. I came here with friends. They are all lost. I'm alone.
Ugh. Rahul knows that name.
He does. Says Agia was in their school, disappeared 3 years ago. A direct link to a past victim right there.
Wow. And the diary has more.
Tanya finds that same strange symbol, the round one with scratches drawn inside.
The one from the stone in the tree.
Exactly. And underneath, Agia wrote, the round mark. That is a door. But opening it means letting them go. They see in the dark, they walk through the shadows.
And the door. Letting them go. This is getting serious.
Then a dry, reddish leaf falls out of the diary. As Tanya picks it up, loud growl from behind them.
Oh, no.
Darkness behind the tree seems to move. Then they see it. Burning eyes.
It saw them. Because they read the diary.
That's what Rahul whispers. They've disturbed something by uncovering this knowledge. Tanya clutches the diary. Maybe it holds the key, like he said.
So they're face to face with what?
The Shadow Man? No face visible. Just this long, shadowy shape. Eyes like fire. And more smoky shadows swirling around. The wind sounds like breathing now.
Pure nightmare fuel. Tanya wants to run.
Yeah, but Rahul thinks the diary has the answer. A way to trap it. Tanya finds the last page. A geometric symbol. Instructions say, draw this on the ground. Do not take their name. Do not look them in the eyes, otherwise the shadow will memorize your name. High-stakes ritual.
So they try it, trembling, drawing on the dirt.
While the shadows close in. Then one moves forward, a hand, sort of,
Yeah.
bent, thorny like a branch.
Horrifying.
Tanya screams they followed the rules, didn't look, didn't say names, and suddenly, the darkness fades, like smoke. The air smells like sal leaves again.
Did it work? Did they survive?
Rahul thinks so, lets out a breath, but they look back. The symbol they drew is still there, under the tree. Fresh.
Yeah.
Written there, in reddish letters, your time is running out.
Oh, come on. So it wasn't over. It was a warning. Or a taunt.
Looks like it. And the story notes mention episode 16, Tanya and Rahul taking the symbol to the school library, looking for answers in old records, information that will shake the whole village.
So the mystery continues and potentially expands even further.
It really does. What a journey we've been on just in this deep dive. From those first disappearances in Chandrapur.
Aritra's spooky sounds and shadows. The Boop Hut legend.
Ryan's terrifying possession. That masked figure by the spring. The library's secrets.
The bloody full moon ritual. Tanya and Rahul finding that amazing stone.
The Shadow's curse. The trip to the Forbidden Center. Agi's lost diary.
And finally, that chilling encounter with the Shadow Man and the cryptic message left behind. So many threads, so many dangers.
And so many unanswered questions still hanging in the air. The danger is just escalating for everyone involved.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What is this ancient power, really, that's lurking in Chandrapur and that forest? And what is Tanya and Rahul are going to find in that school library? What truth could shake an entire village?
It leaves you thinking about folklore, about fear itself, and about, well, maybe, just maybe, those unseen forces hiding in the dark corners we try not to look at. What really lies beneath the surface.